Jacob Hochstetler came to this land, built a log cabin with his calloused hands. He raised up a family, lived a good life. The Delawares murdered his son and his wife. They murdered his daughter, his son, and his wife. The youth had a frolic at their house that night. When all had gone home, they locked the door tight. They just got to sleep when they heard the dog bark. Jake opened the door and looked out in the dark. He opened the door and looked out in the dark. The flash of a musket, Jake fell to the floor. Shot in the leg is the Hochstetler lore. He quick slammed the door shut with no time to spare. He yelled the alarm, it's the feared Delawares. He yelled the alarm, it's the feared Delaware. Joseph and Christian loaded their guns. They were crack shots and experts, second to none. But Jacob, their father, said, let those guns lie. We don't shoot a man, even though we may die. We don't shoot a man, even though we may die. They hid in the cellar all night in suspense. The cabin was burning, the heat was intense. With prayers and hard cider they put out the flames. When morning broke they were safe, so it seemed. When morning broke they were safe, so it seemed. They crawled out the window at dawn's early light. The Delaware's gone, except for Tom Lyons. He let out a war whoop in terror and glee. They killed and they scalped and they took them away. They killed and they scalped and they took them away. Though Jacob was a prisoner, he was friends with the chief. But he longed for his family while hiding his grief. With 2 years of planning, he made his escape to the ruins of his cabin on North Kill Creek. To the ruins of his cabin on North Kill Creek. But where are his sons? Are they dead or alive? Christian's return was a total surprise. When Joseph was forced to return from the tribe, his Indian family stood there and cried. His Indian family just stood there and cried. They all readjusted to old Amish ways, but they often went back to the tribe, so they say. The legend of Jacob, though threatened by death, stayed faithful to God to his last dying breath. The legend of Jacob and his faithful ways, that's why he's remembered to this very day. That's why he's remembered to this very day.